All right, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Crypto for Starters YouTube channel. Um, we're excited. A lot of stuff going on in crypto, a lot of stuff going on in para. So we're going to talk about all that. The way we want to start tonight is we want to start by kind of talking about Memorial Day and why we have Memorial Day, and we want to honor all of our service members that have lost their lives, all of our service members that have served, are serving. So we want to talk about. I have a family member that I'm super proud of. My cousin Bobby, who's right here, the tall guy. He just retired. He did 28 years of service in the Air Force since he was 18. He went in. There he is here, and there he is now. So he's been in almost since he graduated high school, and just super proud of him. I know Rad has a bunch of family members or a couple family members that have also served, and so I know that's one reason why we are so bullish on this project on Para. So did you have a picture you wanted to share?
I do. Let me try to bring up my my window here so I can see what I'm doing. Let's see if I can share. Cancel that one out. Wait a second here. I got to get back to where I was. My whole screen's gone silly. I don't know where I am today. I will find it. Sorry, guys. I was all prepared for this, and then something happened.
Okay.
So did I get a picture? Can you see the picture on my screen now?
And
yay. Okay, so this is my grandfather, Snowy, and my grandmother, Doreen. Snowy was a fighter pilot in the Australian Air Force. He, like his brothers, were all pilots. They were actually pilots before the war, before World War II. They were adventurers. I can't really describe what. There's not like a word that describes them. I guess they were the last of the great explorers exploring this big new country that people didn't know about. So they would go out and find mining towns. They would take diaries. They were artists. They would document new flora and fauna and things that they found out in the Australian desert. And so they were like scientists, geologists, explorers, pilots. So when the war happened, he and his brothers went and fought as fighter pilots. He was actually in Darwin when it was bombed by the Japanese, and obviously he survived. My grandmother, she worked in the munitions factories, and she would always tell me stories. It was a rough job, like back in those days, being a young woman. There were like older men that were too old to fight in the war that worked in the factory, and they were really not nice. It was a really tough gig for young women. But she would tell me stories about how the women would put little notes looking for husbands because all the men of marrying age were away at war. So they would put little notes saying that they were looking for a husband into the boxes and the crates that were getting shipped off to the soldiers in the hope that they would find somebody. That's not how she met my grandfather, but it was just one of the stories that stood out. So
right. That's awesome. Yeah, and we've talked about this many times on lives, and my dad served, my uncle served, who's in that picture with my cousin. My other cousin was a Marine. My grandfather served, so pretty much my whole family kind of stopped at us, but has served in the military. So when a friend of mine told me about this project and how it was going to help veterans and service members, it was one of those things where I wanted to be a part of it. So. Well, we just want to stop and kind of remind ourselves why we have tomorrow off. It's not just a day off. We get to hang out and drink beer. We need to remember why we get it off. It's because of the service members that have given their lives to protect what we have. So that's one of the biggest things that we need to remember. And, it's always one of those things we need to stop and, put out your flag if you have one, if you so choose, and remember them. So
absolutely, we'll give everybody who has served.
Yep. And we have a lot of veterans that we know personally, maybe not have met, but are in Telegram or Discord, do a lot of work for us, help us volunteering, and a lot of great men and women. So it's an honor to have them helping us to move this project forward. So, and I'm sure Jay Frass will be in here at some point, and there's a few others. So, but before we get into everything that's going on. We'll wait maybe another minute or so just to see if we can get anybody else in here. But what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about kind of the Memorial Weekend specials that they brought out, and then we're kind of at the end we're halfway through. We're probably going to take probably half the time and talk about the staking details that they brought out, because I know it's big. It's going to be awesome, but I know there's going to be a lot of questions, so we're going to try and cover it. Ask a lot of questions, see if we can stump Rad on maybe some calculations. And
oh, absolutely, you will. Absolutely.
We've been doing a lot. I know. I was talking to Mark, and I'm like, okay, I need you to break this down for me, because let's do some. If I stake this much and have a prepper, what's it going to be?
Right.
So there's a lot of different scenarios that you can have, but we'll kind of deep dive into that. And I know you brought up, you got a graphic you made, right?
I do. I got a couple of graphics that I made, but I got to admit that I made them like really simple. I was talking to Morgan just this morning to make sure that my math was correct, because I hate math. I must be like the only Yang Gang person who ever, I don't like math. I used to love it. And then after my brain hemorrhage, like that side of my brain doesn't work anymore. I don't do math.
Yep. I never have liked it. It's, my dad's a pharmacist. He's really good at it, and I'm just not. So
yeah, I was just having my calculations checked this morning. He's like, do it this way. That's nowhere near the numbers we're going to be offering. And I was like, I'm working with tens, bro. I'm working with tens. If I can just add and chop off zeros, that's what I'm working with.
You can just double things too, like,
absolutely
10 to 20 to 30 to, it's just easier that way.
Yeah, he's telling me it should be more like 25, and I'm like, I'm not doing 25. I'm doing 10.
Well, there's no reason to check your math a ton of times, because you know how long they checked math and did math for weeks before this. They were working on the math for a long time to make sure everything was right. And so, but I'm telling you right now, it's not anything that we know of that anybody else is doing. And so I'm excited about it. I know we've been waiting for staking and stuff like that. We can also talk about the DAG bridge as much as you can talk about it. That's not really, I know Lee's the guy there, but I know everybody's pretty excited about it.
It keeps that secret even from me. I
know.
It's so top secret. It's like on a need to know basis, unless you're actively hands-on with that project.
Yep.
Cut off. Yeah.
Yep. I know. And that's okay. Hey, all I want to know is
I'm totally fine with that.
Yep.
I had somebody who was a dev on another project hit me up this morning. Actually, they hit me up to warn me about a potential rug pull from somewhere else, and we just got chatting. And they told me, "Oh man, I gotta keep everything that I'm doing close to my chest, because somebody caught wind of what I was doing, and they rushed out and beat me to it." And I was like, don't you listen to Lee? Like, have you not tuned into any of Paris AMAs when Lee tells us if you mention anything about
go back.
Even 10% of what your idea is in this industry, somebody is going to take your idea and run with it. And this person had totally like given their whole game away. So I was like, live and learn.
Paris been there, done that. I mean, just go back and look at everything that Paris been through, and
we got people trying to build DAGs now. I mean, that was really funny for anybody who didn't see Lee's tweet. Like during the week, somebody was offering on like one of those Fiverr. What is that thing called? Upwork. It's like Fiverr, right? So you go and offer somebody like a really crappy amount of money. Hopefully some Indians or Filipinos pick up the job and do it on the cheap. So they're offering like $7,000 to get a DAG.
Right.
Built. And I was like, the only DAG you're getting for less than 10 grand is like the DAG on a sheep's bum, which is like literally what a DAG means in Australia. So.
Or hey, this is how you should do it. That's about it. I mean, it's going to cost you a lot more money to create a DAG bridge than that. But
really,
it's not all about the DAG. It's about other things involved with the DAG and how you implement it. And it's not just about anybody can create a DAG.
Sure.
It's just
it's what's your use case going to be for it, and what connections do you have within a particular industry? Like Lee was saying, there are already DAG bridges that exist that are like used for medical records. So obviously the people that I don't know if it was people in the medical industry decided that they needed a system and they looked for a DAG, or whether it was somebody built the DAG and said, okay, we could use this for a medical system. But either way, there was this link between the medical system and the DAG builders. And so it's like, even if you build one, what's your use case going to be? And what contacts do you have in that industry? And that's why I feel so bullish about what we have coming up. And I can't talk about what the DAG is going to be used for. But again, that comes back to Lee and the amazing contacts that he has. So, I mean, the DAG would really be as exciting if it wasn't, for our awesome dev.
Right. Exactly. And, in crypto, the people that it comes in is going to come in handy. And, he's said from the beginning, he knows a lot of people. And so that's pretty much all we'll talk about on that. But it's going to be big. It's going to be good. So looking forward to that. And it's ahead of schedule. I know he said it's testing. So, we don't have a timeline on when, but it is being tested. So that's awesome to hear.
Yeah, testing's underway. I mean, obviously it's going to have to go to all the usual testing places and whatever, but the in-house testing that they've done has been really, really good, really exciting. And the numbers, like transactions per second, are just off the chart. So it's like they can't even max this thing out. They can't even max it out.
Yep. There's not a, max number of transactions you can do. It's just, so.
Yeah.
All right. Exciting. Well, we'll get into
How about the art? I'm so excited about this art. I want to get into the Parakids art. Can we share it?
Yes. So we're gonna Brad did a post about have your niece, nephew, son, daughter, whoever draw a Paraprepper, send it in, and there'll be a prize for that. So we're gonna do that.
Absolutely. And then we're gonna everybody's a winner with Para. So it's not that we're looking for anybody to be the best. And I know there's kids of all ages, so you can't compare apples with oranges, but they're all fantastic. It's fantastic art. Let me bring up my screen again. Hopefully it's going to be easier this time because I should have it ready.
While she's doing that, we're going to do that. And then we're going to give away 3 Paraprepper NFTs.
Yeah, we should tell people that. We're going to give away 3 Paraprepper NFTs during this broadcast. So hold on to your hats and we'll tell you how that's going to go down in a second. So I've got this share screen here. And okay, here we go. The first, can you see this? I hope you can see it.
Ooh.
Okay.
How old?
So this one, I don't have an age. I didn't grab anybody's ages, but this is Broderson's cousin. They live all the way in Uruguay. How amazing.
That is awesome. I don't even think I could draw the rocket launcher that well. So
I know, right? But look at everything. Like, now I'm going to get all art critique-y, right? Because that's like what I did at college. But just like proportions and dimensions, and there's like, I think there's even a little bit of shading in there, and just like super blown away by the accuracy of this. I would have loved for her to have some more time and do a background, because I think it just would have been like absolutely fantastic. But
I agree. I mean, it's got the pants, right? And that's awesome.
Everything.
She said she's 11 years old. Wow.
11 years old. I could probably take this. This is so good that I could probably take this if I had enough time and go along and match which one this actually is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so accurate. So accurate.
It's
what do we got next? Okay, so this comes from BR. He's got a bunch of kids. This one's from his boy. Check out those glasses.
I love the glasses. That's the first thing I noticed. Oh, I love it.
But look up in the corner. I just noticed it now. He's got a chomp out
of the ear.
He looks like a shark got him.
Oh my goodness, that's awesome.
I love it. It's just so great. I like his little nose. Looks like a little piggy nose, actually.
Yep.
That's a really cool cat. I love that one. Another one of BR's kids, one of his girls sent in this one. This one is like the patchwork prepper.
Yes. Hey, they get what they get, right? They're preppers.
That's it. Maybe he didn't have any clothes and he had to like sew them all together out of like different pieces. I love it. So great. And then he has a third. He's got like a whole a whole school bus of kids over at his place. This is his other girl.
Oh my gosh,
And
the glasses. It's always the
super,
glasses.
super cute cat. This one reminds me of the 80s song, I wear my
Yes.
sunglasses at night.
Yes, for sure. That's awesome. I love it.
So sweet. And I really like
Camera.
the
That's awesome.
texture of the background coloring. You know, it's like a little this
Uh-huh.
way, a little that way. It's kind of
Yep.
like cross hatching. It's got
Mhm.
some great technique going on there. Awesome. I love it.
Oh my gosh.
And then, whoops, we're going to have to turn that one, aren't we?
Oh,
Oh, so
that's
this one
awesome
comes
too.
from really pink. Pink is in
Pink is in, pink and
from a
purple.
girl. That might have had something to do with it. This is from Duper's Girl.
Uh-huh.
And actually, they kind of look like hair dryers, don't they? They look like hair dryers.
They
to me.
probably are. That's probably what I mean, hey, that's what she used. That's what they're gonna, and I mean, it's amazing. The hand placement.
Yeah.
Look at a prepper.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know that you could do any better with a drawing. It almost looks exactly where it would be. I mean, it's
I
amazing.
have to admit, I
They
was
are
out
hair
and about
dryers.
today.
They are hair dryers.
Yeah, I got sent this picture while I was out and about today. And so the first time I saw it was on my cell phone. And when it got sent over to me, I actually thought that they had printed a prepper out and then just colored it in.
Yep.
Really.
Seriously, it's
It
unreal.
is that good. It is
Yep.
that good. Yeah. Especially like the proportions on the legs and the shoes, everything. Yeah, just fantastic. And then, oh, here you go. I've been told this one's a masterpiece because it's my
I love
daughter's. She told me on Telegram herself that this is a pure masterpiece. So this is a mashup. My kids do a lot of Comic Cons, so they're into mashups. This is Para Prepper meets Avatar: The Last Airbender. You see there's
Nice.
like elements,
Creativity. Yes.
some
Oh my
elements there. And then wait a second. This is all the stuff I want to show you guys in a minute. There's another one that where has it gone? Oh man, there was another one I was supposed to have here. I'm going to stop sharing for a second so I can search my computer. Let me grab it.
Oh, I love it. I love
Okay.
when my daughter, my 4-year-old's she's definitely starting to draw faces and stuff now. And one day
That's so cute when
she
they
showed
do
to me, and I'm
that.
like, when did you start doing that? Because it was just like all of a sudden she started drawing faces and ears and the body and arms and stuff. And I'm like, wow, you are getting great at that. It's just amazing how far she come in such a short time.
Oh my goodness. Here's certainly not last but not least at all. Para Prepper, even with the number. So you guys can actually go and compare this one to for yourself.
Oh yeah.
774. This comes in from Josh Copeland's boy. Kid's got some skills. Look at that. He's even got the hardware there on the leg.
On the leg, yep. And the machete behind his head. Yeah.
I'm loving it. Yeah. So
crazy.
that one we have to go and give a compare. But all of these were fantastic. You know, I was just thinking, obviously my kids are older, like adults now. My younger daughter just squeezed into the age limit to be in the contest. But I was thinking about, you know, what long weekends are like when you have kids. And it can be a little drawn out sometimes. So, yeah, I was like, hey, let's give the kids something to do this weekend. And the kids have performed magnificently. So as a special for everybody who has participated in this contest, you are going to receive, kiddies, 100,000 para tokens per person.
Nice.
And you can thank Auntie Rad when she has paid for your college.
Yeah.
Don't forget me when I'm old and in a nursing home. Don't let me get there. Just remember who gave you that 100K. And we'll also, since it's going to be a long time for some of these kids to reach college age, we'll be actually sending everybody a GameStop card so that you can get something that you can enjoy now. I do know that Broderson is down in Uruguay. So, dude, I don't even know if they have GameStop in Uruguay. So I will figure out something. Maybe we'll send you a Visa gift card or something like that you can use at your stores there.
Yep. I was going to say a Visa gift card or something that that they can use
Yeah.
there would be great.
Yeah. But you got to have something to enjoy now. So, and I know there's one kid out there who's going to be kicking himself in the butt because his sister entered and he didn't want to. So,
Oh no.
so when she gets a GameStop card, he's going to think twice about missing out on the.
Yeah. What we should do is we
next
should
time.
set aside some para, all come together and set aside some para. That way we can do this again in like a year. And 100,000 doesn't seem like a lot right now, but a year from now, it's going to be worth more than it is. It's going to be worth more than it is now. I can tell you that.
Yeah, for sure.
So, but that's awesome. Yep. That was a great when you posted. I'm like, that's a great idea. And I told I pulled one up on the computer. I looked at my daughter Layla. I was like, "Do you think you can draw it?" She was like, "No, Dad." And I'm like, "Okay, well, maybe later."
Yeah, and plus we're gonna have to do it again anyway because I know that there were some people who said that their kids were like just at that age of still sticking the crayons in their mouth because they're little babies. So I was like, if they can get the pencil on the page, I will give them something.
Yes.
I don't know what.
Maybe I'll have my dog. Maybe I'll just make her do it and see what she can come up with. I think it'd be fun. Let's see. Oh,
sure,
man.
Sure.
All right. Well, that's awesome. I guess so. Everybody, Brad will get with you guys on that and get that all sent out.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'll be contacting everybody by DM and get their tokens over and maybe want to set a little wallet aside for the kids or however you want to do it. But of course, I'm going to have to get details to. I probably can do this by e-card where I can just buy it online and say, anyway, we'll figure it out.
Yep. She'll get it to you guys. All right. So let's hop into the kind of the Memorial Day specials that they came up with and they released yesterday, I do believe. So we'll go to the first one. Let's see, I gotta share my screen again. Nope. Share screen. Okay, so here's the first one. So all taxes that's collected from yesterday to tomorrow is going to go directly towards either a veteran charity or organization, maybe a life-changing event. I know there's just a couple options there. I know they looked at a few to do. So everything's collected from yesterday to tomorrow will go straight to a veteran charity. So just another way for Para to give back.
I mean, of course, a percentage always does go to veterans from the taxes, but then there are other things that taxes would normally get used for, like marketing wallets, development, and all those kind of things. But just for this weekend, it's going to be 100%. All the taxes in and out will go toward veterans, charities, organizations.
I can't wait till we do the first. Well, I guess they have done one, but I was told I'd love to cover a life-changing event in person with a veteran there. I think that would be awesome just to be able to record it live and then have it for everybody to see. I think that would be awesome. So the second one is they're going to give away 10 Paraprepper NFTs just for buying between yesterday and Monday. Okay. And it's any buy, doesn't matter the size, and it's going to be random wallet. So you make a $4 buy. If you can do a $10 buy, any buy, it will get you
any amount. And the gas has been really amazing. I know even myself, I did a couple of little $10 buys last night just because I was poking around some wallets that I don't normally use. And I found, just some little drips of ETH laying around. And I was like, well, hell, I'm just going to buy in, right? Just basically because I was curious about how gas was looking. And I know that I got like one of my transactions was like $1. Yeah. I know somebody else commented yesterday they bought like $600 and they paid less than $6 gas. So it was like less than 1%.
Yep. I heard anywhere from $7 to $14. So it's been extremely low, which is awesome.
We've come a long way from those $200 gas buys, haven't we?
Yeah, it's funny. I was talking to Mark about that. He goes, "Man, can you remember when $80 was low for us and 140 to 180 was normal?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I remember.
Oh
I remember. Yep.
Yeah, when we first got in, my daughter and I, we got $400 worth of tokens. The gas was $200.
Yeah. Yep.
50% gas.
Yep, I know, and it
And
was
that was
hard.
about everybody. Everybody was paying like
Yeah.
$200 gas. I remember
What
like first week, first month, nobody wanted to buy in less than $1,000
right?
because all get eaten on
Yep.
gas. So it's really exciting to see all these little buy-ins. And if you watch the Bobby Buy Bot in our Telegram, when anybody makes a purchase, it tells you how much of their position they've gone up. And I noticed that sometimes you see these little buys just like $20, and somebody's like doubled their
Yeah.
position. So they're coming in with little drips, but
Yep.
that's where the big difference is going to be when
Yeah,
tokens go up to
that's
$1. Those
always
people are going to be so happy they spent that $20.
right.
$40.
That's always been the difference. Like when I got into this last April, a year ago, we thought $16 was high. We were paying $7 to $8 for gas fees, and then almost a year later, 6 months later, we're paying over $100. And people they want to invest say $200
Mm-hmm.
towards gas fees, and so with I think a lot of projects are finding out what's causing the high gas fees and are starting to change to get away from it because it's going to allow a lot more money to come into crypto. So
Yeah,
unfortunately,
absolutely.
Para was one of the first ones to find out the hard way, I think. But we're good now. We're past that.
Yeah, it is what it is. And
Yep.
the other thing that's really exciting about that for me too is when you have those really low gas fees, it allows people to stay in DeFi, because I know that like in those first weeks when gas was really high, people were like, well, how can I get in if I only have X amount of dollars? And be like, well, you have to wait for an exchange. But personally, I'm not a fan of exchanges. That's just me. But we've seen they have their issues from time to time.
I agree. I'm not either.
If you can hold on to your tokens
sure.
yourself, always do it. Yeah.
Yep. For sure. It ends up being about the same cost by the time you transfer out, pay the fee, and all that stuff. It ends up being almost a wash usually. So
yeah.
Okay, so the third thing that they're doing is they're doing 10 random winners of 0.2 ETH. Now, this does carry a minimum requirement of 0.2 for a buy in order to get you put into this. So, but that's also running from Friday last night to tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern. So just another way to give back to the community.
And who knows, you might just get your buy-in covered. You spend 0.2 and you win 0.2. Right. Money for nothing and your chicks for free, right?
Yep. And if nothing else, you bought Para, you have a good investment.
Absolutely. Can't go wrong.
Nope. All right. So Sasha, you do. Yep. I agree with you there. Yep. Bringing the veterans. I agree with you. It gives people kind of a reason to buy Para. And, that's one thing I like about the token or that token tracker, the expense tracker that Para does, so you can see that so many projects say, hey, we have a charity wallet. Well, where's it going?
Right.
It's all, I know it's been a while since expense tracker has been on there since the relaunch, but it kind of shows everything they're spending money on, literally everything. So you can see what your money's going towards. And, we do like when they do a life-changing event, they like it when that charity does do a post. We want people to know, hey, we are helping. Para is doing what they said they were doing. And this here is just
absolutely
of being a token, a community token, and also helping the people that he works with. So just another giveaway. I'm sure there'll be more. When don't know, but
we're giving so much away this weekend.
Yeah.
My gosh, we're giving away ETH. We're giving away NFTs. We're giving away NFTs on this stream for those who just joined us. We're giving away 3 NFTs on this stream. We just gave away some tokens and some gift cards to some kids. We're full of giveaways.
Yep. I do see a couple of names I haven't seen before, so we might have a couple of people that don't have any NFTs.
Nice.
So, but LG Crypto, I agree with you. It would be great to do it somewhere, and anybody. I mean, at a life-changing event, I don't think we'd shoo anybody away if they wanted to come out to it. I don't see why we would. I think it would be a great event, to honor that veteran that they're doing it for. So.
No,
that could definitely be something we could do for
I mean,
sure.
I know this is something that we've thrown around in our social functions and staff telegram, just like casually. That even when we November 11th, uh, when everybody comes
Yeah.
into town for the Randy Couture fights
Yep.
for Operation Knockout, it's a perfect time. We've got a whole team in town. We're probably going to do something where we all get together and go buy a bunch of stuff and drop it off for vets or
Yep.
something. It's going to be so many of us in town. It would be terrible not to do something.
Yeah. I mean, if we can
Yeah,
get
we
a
can.
dozen of us there, we could all split up
Yeah.
into three groups of four and just go to, three different places and drop a bunch of stuff off. I
Yeah.
know because my
Sure.
wife and I are planning on being there. So that would be great. I think that would be awesome to do that.
Awesome sauce.
All right. So do you want to get into, I think everybody's kind of waiting for staking. I know the details kind of came out. There's been some questions. So we're going to I know Rad has made some graphics.
I have. Now I got to get my thinking hat on. Have to get my thinking hat on.
Yeah. While you're doing, I'll put this up. This is
do that. Let's have a look at that first, because
this is what Para came out with.
That's what we released first.
So as far as Lee knows, I guess everybody that's working with Para, we haven't found another project that's doing the token and an NFT together to stake with multipliers. So this might be the first time. If there is another project that we just don't know or we haven't found one, but you will be able to stake Para. You will be able to stake Para with your Para preppers. You'll be able to do up to, it looks like 20 of them. So with a max multiplier of 100%, and then your time, and then you'll have different time locks, 30, 60, 90, 120. Of course, you can do whatever you feel most comfortable with. A lot of people will probably pick 30 days. It's not as long. Some people might pick 120. It is a better return. So that's kind of one of those things that's up to you. And also keep in mind, the more people that are in that pool, the less that people will get. Okay. So the more somebody stakes, the more they'll get versus somebody that stakes less. And the more people that go into that pool, it's obviously going to be divided out between all those people. So if you get into a time lock that's 90 days, that's less popular, you will get more. So keep that in mind. Rad, you ready for your?
I'm ready. Before I bring up the graphics that I've done, I know we were going to give away 3 NFTs, and I like to space these out a little bit. So the first thing I want to tell everybody is actually these 3 NFTs were donated by a member of our community, but they wanted to try to gift these NFTs to people who do not as yet have a Para prepper. So if there is anybody in this room listening to this live stream right now, and you don't currently have a Para prepper, but you are a Para holder, let us know, because we need to find some people that don't have preppers. We want you to have a prepper. How about that?
And you guys can DM me on Discord, Telegram, or Rad with your wallet address, and we want to check because we want to.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be checking.
So,
there's not gonna be any making up new wallets and all that kind of sneaky stuff.
Before we continue, I do want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. I see a lot of the usual suspects in here too. Jose, it's good to see you. Duper, I haven't seen you in before, but welcome. Sashi, it's good to see you. Broderson, Hill, it's good to see you here. I just appreciate you.
Broderson, he says he doesn't have an NFT. Broderson, if that is true, and you actually do not have an NFT yet, can you please send me DM? Oh shit, he can't. Sorry for my French. He's having problems. Okay, I will communicate with you. But yeah, let me know in the chat if you're for real. If you don't actually have an NFT yet, I'm definitely going to get one out to you. Okay, so.
Well, I can make a Twitter post too, and we do want you guys to have Para. We do want you guys to support Para. That was another one of his stipulations.
Yeah.
So have Para. Don't have a prepper. He wants to gift.
Yeah. So that way, when staking comes up, you're going to have a prepper that you can stake as well, so that you can get your multipliers. So Absolutely. Do you want to do a
Thanks.
tweet? Do you want to put a tweet up and
Yeah.
let everybody know that we're giving away para preppers for
Yeah.
people right
Absolutely.
now? And I'll start getting the staking information up here. Share screen. We'll find it eventually. All right, let me get this for you. Okay, so the first part I want to show you is about the staking itself. So I know this looks like a lot of information on one graphic, but we're going to break it down and start slowly. Okay, so the way it works is you have para tokens. Okay, so it's whatever the amount that you're going to stake.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry.
Then you can stake para tokens just by themselves. Okay, you don't have to have the NFTs, but if you do, it's going to add. So how this works, you have your para tokens, and then you have your prepper NFTs. Each NFT is worth an extra 5% each. So that's based on how much you're going to be staking. So if you've got 100 para tokens, it'd be 5% would be, 5 para tokens, right? The maximum number of NFTs you can use as multipliers is 20. And it would give you a factor of 100%. Now, keep in mind, it's not actually multiplying the amount of para tokens that you own. Okay, so if you have 10 million para tokens to start with, okay, I like round numbers, I like tens. You have, or in this example here, I'm using 1, okay, making it nice and simple. You have 1 million para tokens, okay. If you had 20 NFTs to get that multiplier, it would be as if you are staking 2 million para tokens. That's not to say that you're actually going to have 2 million para tokens. Okay, it's just acting like you have 2 million para tokens. Then you have a time lock, which can be 30, 60, 90, or 120 days. So basically a month, right? Anywhere from 1 to 4 months. And those are worth 25% each 30 days. So as an example, if you were to have this 1 million para tokens, you added in the maximum amount of preppers, being 20 preppers. Now it's acting like 2 million para tokens, and you lock it for the maximum amount of time, being 120 days. It's acting like it's 3 million para tokens. Remember, you still only do actually have 1 million para tokens, but it's acting like you have 3 million tokens. Okay, your returns are going to be like based on that 3 million. So just as an example, like Alex was saying, the APY is going to be based off of the percentage of the staking pool that you're in. So again, there are going to be staking pools that are more popular. Probably 30 days for people that are just wanting to try out staking, and probably maximum amount of days because a lot of people are going to want max return and they have no intention of selling their para tokens, right? Yeah. So those are probably going to be the popular time locks. I'm just hypothesizing myself. Don't take this as financial advice, but hypothetically, I do believe those will be the more popular time locks. And so in this situation here, right, which is a completely hypothetical situation because the APY can change. Okay, and that's going to be based on how much people are putting into the pool, and is it a more popular time lock, et cetera, et cetera. But in this example, if you were to get a 10% APY with that 1 million tokens maxed out on multipliers, you would get a return of 300,000 para. So again, all of these are variables. I understand that not everybody has 20 NFTs. So this is one of those things where you're going to have to sit down and do the math, which I'm trying to avoid for the sake of everything here. I'm trying to make this as simple as possible. I do understand one of the reasons I wanted to make a visual is that I think that there was some confusion for people saw the multipliers and they thought that the multipliers were actually going to give you like returns of 200, 300%. If we did that, we wouldn't have a project after the first round of staking. So please do not get confused that if you have, say, 1 million para tokens, that at the end of a couple of months, you're going to have 3 million para tokens. That's not how it's going to work. As you can see from this graphic, if you have 1 million, even with all the max multipliers and an APY of 10%, you would get 300,000 para back.
Can you put your graphic up, Brad?
It's not showing.
Can you just double click it, open it up?
How's that?
I still don't see it. Let me.
Why is it being silly?
Is it just frozen?
Maybe it froze. I'll try to bring it back. Sometimes.
Oh, by the way, I have 5 people that don't have an NFT.
Oh, okay.
So I might have to do a picker wheel or something to get 3 unless
we can bring
unless we have somebody unless we can get somebody else to donate 2 more.
That would be great. All right. Let me see if this works here to get this back. Can you see it now?
Yep, there it is. Perfect.
Okay, so there we go. We've got starting with 1 million para tokens, adding maximum preppers. It now acts like 2 million tokens.
Yep.
Maximum time lock being 120 days. It acts like 3 million tokens. Mm-hmm. And based on a 10% APY would be 300,000 para. Now, when I was talking to Morgan this morning, he said that number is way off. It's going to be more like 25, blah, blah, blah. I am not doing the math on that. You get 10. So it's probably going to look better than this. Okay.
If you stake 1 million with 20 preppers for 120 days, everybody's going to get 300,000 each person.
Well, again, that's going to depend
on the pool size, right?
That is going to depend on the pool size, and that's why it says on this graphic, which is variable. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Do not take this as financial advice. I am simply trying to explain how it works. I'm trying to give you a visual of how it works. Again, just to stop that confusion of that you're going to triple your money in a month to 2 months. It's just not how it works. Having said that, though, the returns are looking really good. And I've been told that my numbers are far too low. So
well, and so treat it as passive income. You're letting your money work for itself and making you extra money, maybe like a bonus. Don't say, "Oh, I'm going to pay my rent every month or my house payment every month with it," because it can change. So use it as more like if I get $500, great. If I get 200, great. So it does change. So don't, might not be the same every time. So
it's always going to be variable. And that just depends on like how many people are staking, how much are people staking. There's so many variables that can happen. So again, do not take this as verbatim. Please don't turn around when you do your staking and say, Red told me if I stake 1 million tokens, I will get the, this is example only of how it works. Okay.
Yep. And another way
it works real good.
Another way you can kind of look at it too is, look at the cost of buying para versus the cost of buying preppers. If you buy, say 10 preppers, it's going to be, this much versus buying this much para to get to where you want to be as far as staking goes. ETH's down right now. Preppers are a little bit less. So you might be able to buy more preppers and still get the same out of staking than buying para. So,
like with the ETH down, I picked up preppers like early in the week for like, I don't know, $180 or something.
Yeah. And they started out at 280, right? Is that what the mint price was when they?
I think so. ETH's just taken a big old dump. There've been a couple of days this week when ETH was down in the 16s. So you could have got a prepper for like $160 something.
Right. So he'll ask, can you stake preppers without any tokens? I don't think
That's a
so.
good question.
I,
That's a good.
I shouldn't say I don't think so. I haven't heard. I don't think we've heard. We've heard you can just do para, and you can do para with NFTs.
I know for sure that you can do para without preppers. I'm not sure how it works for preppers without para.
We'll have to find out. Message me, Hill, on Twitter or Discord or Telegram, and
Oops,
I'll get back
wrong
to you
way.
on that. I'll actually send a message to Morgan now, and see what Mark might know too, but I'll just send a message real quick so I don't forget.
Absolutely. And then there's another graphic that I want to show you guys as well, just to stir up your brain cells a little more, because it can get. So there's aside from just staking and putting your money in and waiting for a certain amount of time and then waiting to get it back, there's actually like a whole kind of system that you can use with staking. And I'll just bring up a little graphic here. Ladder staking is something that's really interesting, but it can get really, really in depth. So I'm only just going to touch on it because there are like literally whole websites dedicated to ladder staking and how best to do it. But I think that I've got this little graphic here. We'll just try to simplify it a little bit.
Is it up? Okay, let me add it here.
Can you see it?
Yep.
Okay, so staking ladder. So, you were saying like you touched on maybe you need to pay your rent or something like that, and maybe you're going to have to take some para out. So maybe staking all of your para for 120 days might not be for you. If you're somebody who needs to tap into your crypto occasionally because something unexpected comes up or you need to pay your phone bill, whatever like that, 120 days, you might not want to put all your money on 120 days. Because remember, once you put it in a time lock, you absolutely cannot get it out. There is no way, right? It's a smart contract. It's locked. No matter how much you beg and plead, it's not coming out. It's in there. So having said that, you might not also want to put all of your money into a stake for 30 days because you might not need so much so fast, and you want to try to maximize, because remember that 120-day time lock gives you a 100% multiplier. It makes your tokens act as if they're double for your APY, right? So what you can do in this situation is you can do a staking ladder. So again, here we go. We're starting over here on the left, top left. We got 10 million para. Okay, that's what you own hypothetically right now. That's what you're starting with, or how much you want to stake. You might own more than that. You might only want to stake half of what you have, or I don't know. But let's just say you want to stake 10 million para. What you can do is you can divide that into 4 amounts. Okay, so in this case, that would be 2.5 million para, and you can stake it for different times. You can stake for the 30 days, you can stake for 60, 90, 120 days. And this way, every month, you will have something coming back.
Yep.
Now, again, those amounts are going to change because I did not use any NFTs on here. You'd have to refer back to the other graphic if you wanted to, start doing the numbers. This is just numbers based on para tokens by themselves. And again, it's an example only. If the APY, for example, is 10%, right? Because it can always change. If you put 2.5 million para in this scenario and you were getting 10% APY, you'd get just over 300,000 back after 30 days, 375 after 60 days, after 90 days, 430, and then your big nice payout, chunky $500,000 there at 120 days. So that's a way of staking and making sure that you have a little something coming back every month. If you're not really sure, and I understand, like I totally get it, not everybody's a whale. And not everybody can afford to just lock their crypto away for 120 days. Sometimes things come up and you need to tap. But this is just a way of staking and giving yourself a little bit of room to breathe. You can get way more involved with this as well if you're a math person. You can, and I wasn't going to do it because I'm not a math person. There's ways that you could actually divide this 10 million para completely differently. So like in the 30 days, you stake like 4 million, and then 60 days, you stake like 2 million and one, so that you can get like a average each month. So instead of, you see how that's like progressively paying out more each month, you could flip these numbers around so that you kind of get a more like average income coming out. But again, that's like more math stuff. You ask your accountant. I'm not your accountant. but but there are whole websites absolutely dedicated to like staking ladders and all those kind of things. And it's totally not an endorsement. I'm not saying to go buy it. But probably if you're really interested in understanding the maths of staking and staking ladders, the community that probably has the most information about that is going to be the Hex community, because they are like the cult of staking. So that's where I get a lot of my information about staking, and yeah, it helped me to really get my mind about how staking works. But yeah, those guys, that's like their religion. So
there's a lot of different ways to do it.
So spy on them.
So this, any insurance lock on the staking? I haven't heard anything about it recently.
I don't have information about that one yet. Duper said, for the ladder example, and you had 20 preppers, should you also have to split them to get an additional on each lock period? I believe so. Yeah, yes. That's how it would work. Remember, it's really important to remember that at any time you are doing a stake, if you want to get those multipliers, you have to stake the NFTs at the time that you do that particular stake.
Yep. So and pretty much you're adding 5% per NFT.
Per NFT.
So you just have to split those 20 into 4 different staking periods to get your multiplier. So
fortunately, our devs are wonderful, and they've only made this like there's like 4 different. We're not doing like a hex with 15 years because that's like totally nuts. Again, crazy. That's why I said those guys are really into it, because they're looking at much larger numbers. Fortunately, it's 4 time lock periods, so it's a little easier to work with. But yeah, you would. Yep. Each one gets treated as a separate stake. So you would want to, again, this is coming down to math. You're going to have to sit down and run the numbers and say, well, do I put more preppers on the 30-day? Because, obviously you're going to have a lower return, but the more NFTs would maximize that. There's a lot of variables, a lot of them, and it can get really mathy. And I think that we're all going to, as a community, we're going to start figuring it out really quick, because we have a lot of math people like Mark and Morgan and many others that, I'm pretty sure that, like everything else that we do in this community, will be coming together in Telegram, and we will be sharing this information with each other. So as soon as we all figure it out, we'll be like telling everybody else.
Yep. So Joshi has asked, are there any other rewards we can get with the staking? As far as we know, no, not right now. It'll just be para tokens. I know NFT marketplace is going to be different with staking. That's going to be in there. They haven't nailed down what they want to do yet, but it's going to be different in there. This is NFT marketplace isn't done yet, so this is kind of what they're going to be doing in the meantime. So, but right now it's just going to be earning para tokens.
Say I stake for 30 days after the time lock retires. Can I stake the tokens again? Yeah, absolutely. Once that lock is released, your tokens are all yours again, and now you can do whatever you want with them.
You could just stake the ones you earned.
Profit. Yeah, you can take profit, put back the ones that you originally staked, or you can gather it all together and stake more than you had the first time. They're just once it unlocks, they're your tokens again, and you
Yep.
do whatever you want to do with them.
You can stake what you just earned. Say you earned 300,000 para tokens,
Yeah.
you can just turn around, stake those, and leave the original amount in your wallet. You know, you could stake, if you didn't stake NFTs with it, you could stake it with that, or you could, you know, it's pretty much whatever you want to do after that. So, yep.
Absolutely. Oh, you know, for people that don't have NFTs, that might be something that might be, again, have to run the numbers on this stuff, but I'm just thinking hypothetically off the top of my head. If you were to stake, because you didn't have like NFT, or you didn't have a lot of NFTs, you could stake, and then you could, once you get those rewards back, if you had enough, like from what you earned on your APY, you could turn those para tokens into ETH and buy a prepper so that you could stake again, but with another prepper, so that the next time around you get like a higher APY.
Yep.
You can like, yeah. There's so many variations of how you can play with this to really maximize.
Yeah.
You could start with very little and end up with quite a good amount of tokens if you just do it right.
Yep. For sure. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of different ways you can do it. It's and then, like Rad said, we're all going to be learning as this comes out, and you know, going forward, you may find out doing it a different way might be better for you. But you just have to make that decision on what you want to stake and how long you want to stake it based on what your needs are and what you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
You know, I may be okay staking mine for 90 days, and you may say, I don't want to stake that for that long, because what if it pumps and I want to take profit and then I can't, right? So that's, of course, that's going to be anybody's fear, I think, is what, you know, my luck, I would stake it and 2 days later it would pump and I'd be like, well, man, you know.
and that's another reason why I think that I think 30 days is actually going to be a very popular time lock, because we all know that Lee and the team have so many exciting announcements coming down the pipe. Anybody who's looked at the white paper and sees all the utilities that he's bringing, at some point that chart is just going to go completely parabolic. And do you want to have all your tokens locked away for the maximum amount of time while that's happening? I don't know. So I think if I had to make a gambler's guess, I would gamble that that people are going to go for that 30-day just in case something really big happens while the stake is on.
Yep. So I did just hear from Lee. You cannot stake just preppers by themselves. You'll have to have para to stake with them. Duper, I did just ask that question as well, if the OG NFT will be able to be staked or not. So we'll get an answer there for you on that.
I have, you know, this is one of those things. I know everybody who's OG is so much looking forward to getting these OG preppers, but actually we don't have any information about them whatsoever, other than the fact that you guys will get them after the NFT series sells out. That's all I have. I'm so sorry.
Yep. And obviously we don't know a time frame on that, but again, they're keeping things close to the vest, guys. It's just, you know, it's the best thing for para to do. It's give away too much, and, you know.
If there are any OGs here in the house and they have not got a prepper yet, if you do not have an NFT for whatever reason, no judgment, man. It's freaking hard out there financially right now. We're all in it together. But if for any reason at all you do not have a para prepper yet and you are an OG, let us know. Either shout out in the chat, or I'm gonna have to go check my DMs, aren't I? Or DM one of us on Telegram. We'll take a quick look, because we're gonna put a bunch of names into some pickers and we're gonna be giving out 3 para preppers. Conditions are you must hold para and you must not have an NFT yet.
Yeah.
Or at least not a para prepper NFT. You can have other NFTs, but who cares about those?
Okay, so as far as the staking the OG NFT, they haven't made the final decision on that yet. Yep, OG Mikey, OG. So I do have, if you guys don't have an NFT, a prepper yet, I do have a picker wheel that I've started. We got 5 names. We're gonna have 3 winners. So
I got some names for you.
Do you? A couple more?
Yeah. I'm gonna send them across. You know, there's a little private chat for us on the back end of this thing. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah. If anybody doesn't have one, let me know right now so we can put you on the wheel. Just sent you a message there so you can add. Thank you. I love doing giveaways.
I know we had done a lot of giveaways when we first started, and
I know, right?
things just got crazy with migration and then relaunch, and I had a couple people message me on Twitter, and they're like, "Hey, we haven't had any lives in a while," and I'm like, "Yeah, we need to do one." And so it's kind of like on Thursday or whatever it was. I was like, "All right, we need to do one this weekend," because Rad and I had done one like once a week for a while, and people were missing it, and so I got you down, Axel. I got you. Can I get on? No NFT yet. I got you guys. So I'll show you guys I'll show everybody who I have. This is who I have on the wheel now. So I've got 6 people. I've got you.
All right. Geez, those are good odds.
For sure. But that's great. I mean, we want to I like rewarding the people that are here. That's why I like to do that. I can grab everybody from this list almost and put you guys into this wheel and
I like rewarding people who showed up. If we if we made everybody go out and tweet this, we'd get a bunch of randos that have never joined one of the spaces or they don't hold para or whatever. So, we like to keep it. We like to keep it family.
Yep, absolutely.
Because you guys here are all the. Gosh, you're the real troopers.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah.
Which question? Sashi
had a question.
I know. I saw this. I was going to address it here in a minute.
Would like to propose an idea. Can we establish a setup of a 401k for the holders as a long-term investment and help they have been taken care of later? I mean, that would work for holders in the U.S., but a 401k, I don't know how that would work with other countries. So every country has its own things, right? Like in Australia, we have superannuation, and that's
probably be. Yeah, I don't know how that would work. It would be a good question for.
I mean, that's one of the great things about crypto, isn't it? Is it like brings all of us together because we're sharing a currency that normally we would not be interacting with people from as far away.
Right.
As
and that may be something that evolves in the next year or two as crypto becomes more adopted.
Right.
It may be more, look at all the sports athletes and actors that are taking Bitcoin for payment, or half of their salary they're taking in crypto. And that goes to show you a lot. It may be something that you take your 401k in a form of cryptocurrency, but
I mean, I'm not saying it can't be done. I'm just wondering what the logistics of that would be to get that across different countries and all that.
Right.
So not exactly like a 401k. Well, let's throw that idea around more, Shashi. I'd like to hear more about what your idea for it is. Absolutely. I never dismiss any ideas. Like sometimes ideas can be the stupidest idea. Not to say yours is, but you can take like the most stupid idea in the world and you can tweak it and come out with the best idea in the world. There's really no such thing as bad ideas.
Well, also as the financial industry comes together with crypto, as far as banks, if they're still around and things like that, if they start to integrate crypto into normal life, things are going to change. 401ks are going to change, investments are going to change, stuff like that. Everything's going to be different. So I don't think anything's off the table as far as crypto goes. So, I don't think it'd probably be a problem anytime, but pair to $1. Yes, sir. All right. Well, I don't see anybody else that doesn't have one. Do you want to do 3 spins and see who we got?
Just give me 2 seconds. I'm doing a quick, very quick check. I'm checking the room on Telegram, and I'm checking my DMs, and I think we're good to go.
Let me check mine real quick, just to.
I feel really, really bad if I get a message right at the very last minute. What about me? All right, while you're getting that wheel ready, I'm just going to go and shut this door real quick because the kids just came home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kids are never loud, Brad.
I say kids when I'm talking about kids, I'm talking about 19 to 25-year-olds. They're
Doesn't change my comment.
quite boisterous.
Yes. All right. I don't see anybody else. I don't have anybody else in my DMs. Actually, I didn't check. Just double check Discord. Okay.
Duper, you cannot create a new wallet with no preppers in it.
I was waiting for that.
No, I already said that at the beginning. I was like, you have to have power in the wallet.
Yeah.
So even right now, if you transfer that power, I'm just going to check back to that new wallet and see where it came from.
We
I'd see
can
what
see
the transaction happened just
everything.
now. And no, we're going to investigate these wallets. Okay, there's going to be a little behind the scenes look. Okay.
I purchased a prepper a while
Eric
ago.
says, I purchased a prepper a while ago, but I don't have an OG and I am an OG. Do I qualify? Yes, absolutely. Anybody who purchased during phase one when we were Para Inu token is completely eligible for that. I will pin the link again in our Telegram and our Discord for where you need to go to enter your information. And if for some reason you have changed wallets since you bought Para Inu, because, obviously we've been through a couple of migrations and sometimes people got dusters or whatever and they changed wallet addresses. That's all in the form as well. You can let us know what wallet you originally bought Power with and what your wallet is now. And yeah, we'll take care of you. But we haven't started issuing those yet. So don't worry, you didn't miss anything and you still qualify.
And it's very simple. I mean, it's only like 3 or 4 lines of stuff to put in. So it's not a huge questionnaire or anything like that. You just put in a few things and then they'll look into it and make sure that that you're an OG holder, and when the time comes, you'll get your NFT. Yeah, Sashi, DM either one of us.
Hill says, I see my name on the wheel. I have preppers. I just don't have Para tokens.
Oh.
So we're going to make the odds even better. Thank you for being so honest.
Yeah, thanks still for being honest.
I love this community. You guys are so awesome.
I guess you have to get some Para.
I know, right? Well, he probably sold it to get the preppers. Now he's going to have to get some Para tokens back.
Well, I haven't had anybody get on and want to give away any Para yet, so. But if you buy another prepper, you might get 1.5 million Para. You never know. That's
very, very true.
I'll take their spot. Duper, you're trying everything. I'm telling you.
He's trying. He's the opportunist. Absolutely.
Oh man, good try.
He's even got his kids out there hustling for Para today. I know Rad's gonna give away something. Draw.
Just draw anything.
Fly swatter. Just draw something.
Oh man. All right. Well, do you want to go ahead and Tiger Shark? It's good to see you, brother. You want to go ahead and do one?
Spin.
We're gonna do 3.
Do you get on the wheel? You get on the wheel if you don't own a prepper yet. Have to hold Para, but don't.
Okay, so Excelindo. Right, you got that?
Excelindo. I like it.
All right, so we'll take them off. Yeah, so as they win, we don't want them to win again. So now you got 3.
These are such good odds, I swear, right?
Broderson, awesome.
Yay!
And they got Para tokens today for the kids and an NFT.
I know. Broderson's cleaning up today.
Okay, so now we got 1 out of 3 chances to win for the last 3 guys. Let's see. Is anybody else?
Absolute insanity. Should we double check our messages one more time just in case?
How do you get on the wheel? BR. Yep. BR just pretty much we're giving away 3 NFTs to people that don't have one yet and hold Para token. That's how you get on the wheel.
Yeah, which I know BR has got preppers. So don't worry, you're not missing out on anything.
Nope, you're good to go. Let me check Twitter.
So good, so good.
So, is anybody that's come in recently that doesn't have a prepper, please let us know. We got one more to give away.
Yeah, we've just given away 2 preppers and we're giving away one more. And I would just like to give another fantastic shout out to an anonymous community member who donated these preppers because they wanted everybody to have a chance to get those multipliers on their staking. What an absolutely fantastic person, and just so community minded and just wonderful.
Yep. Kruger, better late than never, I guess.
Kruger, do you have a paraprepper?
Yes, he does.
I'm sure he does.
He does. I know. Well, that's.
I love me too.
I know. I don't know if you love Kruger. I don't, but.
I was actually sitting in the car today, and I have the most terrible road rage. I just because people do stupid stuff, right? And
That's
I can't
right.
understand why. And I was just like, God, I hate everybody. No, I said I hate when people do this, and my husband said, you hate everybody. And I said, that's not true. I love me.
Oh no, we love you, Kruger. You know that. Oh wow. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Hey, I'm not gonna fight you there. That's fine. I get it. Jeez. Oh, all right. Anybody else that does not have a paraprepper? Last call.
Last chance for romance.
Chance. No.
All right, do it.
All right,
Spin
let's do
that
it.
wheel.
Last one.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. 111. 1 hour and 11 minutes. This is going to be a power number for somebody. Do it.
Oh, Mikey Douglas.
Mikey Douglas. Congratulations,
guys.
All of our NFT winners, and a big thank you again to our anonymous donor who gave these parapreppers. Our winners for today were
Mikey
Broderson,
and
who was first up?
who was the first one? Right, you didn't write it down.
Come on, why was I writing it down?
Oh, Axelindo.
Doesn't your little picker tell you? I thought that would save the information.
It was Axelindo.
Axelindo, yes.
Broderson, excellent. Yep. I'll message you, Brad. Jeez, you had one job this whole time.
I know, I'm fired.
Jeez.
I'm always fired. No, I don't know. I use picker machines, and they keep the information in there. So who knows, right? But good.
Yeah, congrats everybody. We will. I'd like to try and do this at least once a week if we can, and try and give away some more stuff. You know, even if it's 100,000 para token or something like that. I just like to be able to come on here and hang out with you guys. And crypto's kind of crappy right now. I know we all know that, and there's been a lot of stuff with Luna and Saitama and Bitcoin and Ethereum and stuff like that. But we want to keep it fun. We talk about it all the time. Where back a few months ago, how it was much better than it is now, but it'll get there. I'm not worried about it. You guys shouldn't be worried about it either. That's right, Kruger, pair to Uranus. He doesn't want to go to the moon. He wants to go to Uranus. So we'll get there. It'll get better. But as more stuff comes out, we'll get on here and we'll talk about it, explain what we can. Please message us on Telegram, Discord, Twitter. Sasha, I don't think we'll have a problem doing a voice chat. We could talk about it.
Yeah, of course.
maybe tomorrow or something we can. I'd love to hear the idea. I think it's retirement 401ks, things like that are always good to do. So I'd love to talk about
crypto
it.
is my retirement. Absolutely. Johnny, I have been busy at work. Military keeping me busy.
Thank you for serving, for starters.
Absolutely. Thank you for your service.
Updates. They're doing the this weekend from yesterday to Monday, all going to a charity or an organization of some kind for veterans. They're doing giveaways, 10 NFT giveaways for buys, any amount buy, and then they're doing a 0.2 ETH giveaways with a minimum buy of 0.2. So you're gonna pretty much win your buyback, and those are all random.
Yeah.
So those are kind of the specials for Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, that's for this weekend. And then the other big news is that the DAG was tested and couldn't max that thing out on transactions per second. It's just like unlimited capacity. Absolutely amazing. But there's been there's always Twitter Spaces and other places you can catch up with some of that news as well. They're always recorded. There's far too much to go into for just now, but
yeah, we talked 30 minutes about staking. Red had some good graphics she put up, so just go back, rewatch that. If you guys have any questions at all, message any one of us, and we'll get back to you on that. As far as when, I know I saw Sashi about the app. I'm assuming he was saying for the DAG bridge. That's to be determined. We haven't heard anything on that. When staking's coming out, still no date on staking coming out yet. But as soon as I
think staking is going to be very soon. The fact that we've got so much information about it already, we've got these numbers.
Yep.
I know they're going to be messing about. It's coming soon.
Yep. And I know they're I'm sure they're doing tons of testing on it just to make sure it's good to go. And security is the number one priority.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, all of these smart contracts go through all the same rigorous testing that like the token contract would go through. It goes through all the CertTech and everything else. So yeah.
Yep. So exciting next few months, hopefully for Para. A lot of stuff coming out. So let's turn the crypto winter around. Kruger, just wear your damn jackets, crypto winter. That's right, it is. Yeah. It's been a long crypto winter, but hopefully not as long as the last one. So, all right, guys. Well, we're almost about an hour and 20 minutes. I'm not going to keep you guys, but again, any questions about anything Para related, or if there's anything I can help you guys with, guys have any questions on buying NFTs, anything like that, message me. It's pretty straightforward, but I'd be more than happy to walk you guys through it. If you need help, any other questions about crypto, if there's anything I can help you guys with, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to help you guys. But we'll let you guys all go for tonight. Until next time, you guys all take care. Invest safe. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys.